Here now with more, it's Texas Senator Ted Cruz is with us. Senator, great to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Sean, great to be with you. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. Senator, do you want to weigh in at all? I know you're, Alan Dershowitz says you were one of his best students. Do you want to weigh in at all on these allegations? I mean, I look at this letter from Grassley and Comer, and they're saying that they believe the DOJ and the FBI possess an unclassified FD 1023 that describes an alleged criminal scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national relating to the exchange of money for a policy decision. That would be a high crime and misdemeanor, wouldn't it, Senator?
It absolutely would. In fact, it doesn't have to be a high crime or misdemeanor because the Constitution specifies that impeachment lies for treason, bribery, or other high crimes or misdemeanors. Bribery is explicitly noted in the Constitution. And I got to say, the evidence, not only against Hunter Biden, but the evidence against Joe Biden being complicit and profiting from this corruption is growing and growing and growing. Every week on my podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, I've walked listeners through the detailed evidence that's growing. And here's the tell. Look, I think the Biden Department of Justice is going to end up indicting Hunter. But if they indict him just for the gun crime or just for a tax crime, they're going to try to explain it as he's a troubled soul. He's got substance abuse issues. But look how fair we are. And now we can go target Donald Trump, which is what the Biden Department of Justice really wants to do. That will be the tell if they focus on individual crimes to Hunter and they seal off what makes this a matter of public concern, which is the connection to Joe Biden, the millions Hunter made selling access to daddy when he was vice president. He made it from Burisma, the Ukrainian natural gas company. He made it from communist China, 10% for the big guy. And Merrick Garland, Biden's attorney general, does not want to get near the growing and growing evidence of corruption going straight to the President of the United States.
Senator, we're near the end of Title 42. We see what's happening in El Paso, in Texas, in your home state. How bad is it going to get? And by the way, our thoughts and prayers for the families, 5 families murdered in cold blood, including an 8-year-old kid. Thank God we got that guy last night.
Well, look, it is horrific. The crisis at our southern border is the worst in history. We've had over 6 million people cross illegally under Joe Biden. This is deliberate. It is their intended effect. And next week, they're going to lift Title 42, which means the numbers will go up. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the Senate Democrats, they want 6 million to become 10 million, to become 12 million, to become 15 million. And they don't care about the body bags that are piling up. You noted the horror that played out in Cleveland, Texas. This monster murdered 5 people in cold blood, shot an 8-year-old child. He was an illegal alien. He'd been deported 4 times. And yet, under the Biden open borders policies, he was allowed to stay. ICE didn't find him. They didn't deport him. They didn't send him away. The Democrats blocked Kate's Law, which I wrote, which would lock up aggravated felons. If this monster had been in jail, 5 people would still be alive. That 8-year-old child would still be alive. And yet none of the Democrats want to change course. They want more of the same, more death and suffering and chaos.
How does the president get away with aiding and abetting in the law breaking? Because that's exactly what he's doing.
Well, it's very simple. Number one, he flat out lies about it. He sends out Karine Jean-Pierre, who says illegal immigration has decreased 90% under this administration. That's a flat out lie. Number two, the corporate media is utterly corrupt, so they don't cover it. That's why what you do, Sean, is so important, shining a light on the humanitarian catastrophe playing out right now on our southern border.
And does everyone agree we need Ted Cruz reelected? Senator, thank you.